Youth mental health is a complex challenge that requires comprehensive solutions. We must strengthen after-school programs. We must make digital literacy tools available in our schools. We must work with mental health professionals to support children. And we must empower mentors, educators, and parents to keep kids happy. Learn more about our commitment to finding lasting solutions at empowerourfuturecoalition.com/solutions. Paid for by the Coalition to Empower Our Future.
Hi, this is Christy from Back to the Bar. You've probably heard about GLP-1 weight loss medications and the side effects that can come with jumping in too fast. That's why I Love Noom makes getting started easy. Their microdose GLP-1 program begins with a smaller dose and gradually scales up based on how your body reacts. The Noom GLP-1 microdose program starts at $99 and is delivered to your door in 7 days. Start your microdose GLP-1 journey today at Noom.com. That's Noom.com. Noom, micro changes, big results. Average weight loss 8 pounds in first month. Meds and personalization based on clinical need and not available to all individuals. Medications are not reviewed by FDA for safety, efficacy, or quality. Pricing based on first month only.
On today's Smart 7, Reform bagged themselves another Tory, Donald Trump backs down in Minnesota, and much more. It's Tuesday, 27th of January, it's Chocolate Cake Day, and happy birthday, Rosamund Pike.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Monday saw another high-profile Tory defection to Reform. This time it was former Home Secretary Suella Braverman. There are now more ex-Tory MPs in Reform than there are actual Reform MPs, as Suella's arrival brings the total up to 8. Her departure was met with a sharp-toned press release from Conservative head office, which initially said, "We did all we could to look after Suella's mental health," but she was clearly very unhappy. That didn't go down well and sparked an apology over what the Tories said was a draft version released in error. Braverman compared her decision to quit to a divorce and sounded pretty pleased to have escaped.
I feel like I've come home. And I gotta say, what an honour it is to be with all of you. Gallant, noble, brave servicemen and women. You've put your country first.
Despite warning in many newspaper articles that you can never trust the Tories, Nigel Farage was sounding pretty pleased about his latest recruit.
Well, we're a party that accepts talent. If you get people who we believe are talented, who will put their shoulder to the wheel, who will help us, but are also prepared to admit honestly the failings of the Conservative Party in 14 years in government.
Monday saw Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham back at his day job after a weekend wrestling match with Labour head office over whether or not he could run as a candidate in a Manchester by-election. Burnham is keen to challenge Keir Starmer as Labour leader, but he needs to be an MP to do so, and Labour say his priority should be the job of Manchester Mayor. Andy was doorstepped by the press on Monday and he wasn't prepared to discuss it any further.
I'm not making any comment. I said what I needed to say, and here I am, back in my job, full focus on my job as Mayor of Greater Manchester.
The PM was focused on May's local elections and says having any distraction like an election for Mayor of Manchester would impact his goal of reducing the cost of living. With Reform and the Tories busy attacking each other, Starmer was keen to keep his party focused on winning rather than infighting in Labour.
Yes, there is a fight, but that fight is with Reform. And we all need to line up together to be in that fight, all playing our part. Everybody who's a Labour MP wants to be in that fight, in a fight that matters hugely to the future of our country.
As the government considers whether or not to ban teens from social media, there have been fresh calls for more comprehensive bans on phones in schools. Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson has written to every school in England, urging them to make sure that schools are phone-free for the whole of the school day. The new guidance clears up some confusion from previous guidance issued by the Tory government in 2024, which saw some students use phones as calculators or to carry out research in the classroom. With a 3-month consultation underway on a full ban on social media for teens, Daniel Kebede, the General Secretary of the National Education Union, is calling for legislation rather than just guidance on phone use.
Schools' policies can end up meaning that they're ending up in conflict with parents or indeed young people about how to enforce these. So, putting this on a statutory footing would be welcome.
The first cracks have begun to appear in the Trump administration's ICE campaign. After 3,000 masked agents were surged to Minneapolis, there was non-stop video of brutal behaviour with 2 fatal shootings and wave after wave of protests. While Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and Donald Trump's Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller had been quick to label protesters domestic terrorists and actively block investigations into the shootings, it seems President Trump has had enough. With terrible polling numbers for his immigration policy, he announced that border czar Tom Homan is being dispatched to the Twin Cities to take over operations, and he also spoke at length to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz on Monday. The governor wasn't too impressed, however.
So my question is, what's the plan, Donald Trump? What is the plan? What do we need to do to get these federal agents out of our state? You thought fear, violence, and chaos is what you wanted from us, and you clearly underestimated the people of this state and nation.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, things heat up at the Australian Open and Paris Hilton speaks out. Right after this.
Knock, knock.
Ooh, who's there?
A Boost Mobile expert, here to deliver and set up your all-new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever.
You call that a knock-knock joke?
This isn't a joke. Boost Mobile really sends experts to deliver and set up your phone at home or work.
Okay, well, it's just that when people say knock-knock, there's usually a joke to go with it.
Like I said, this isn't a joke.
So the knock-knock was just you knocking?
Yeah, that's how doors work.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro delivered and set up by an expert wherever you are. Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com. Terms apply.
Here's how to stay alive longer so you can enjoy Boost Mobile's unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not mistake a wasp nest for a piñata. Stay alive and switch now at Boost Mobile. After 30 gigs, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Welcome back. Things have been heating up at the Australian Open, and not just because we're into the quarter-final stages. Melbourne is in the grip of a 40-degree summer heatwave, which has seen matches moved and rescheduled, although Aryna Sabalenka made it safely through to the semi-finals. Monday night saw one game in the Premier League as Everton hosted Leeds, which ended in a 1-1 draw that sees Everton up to 10th and Leeds 6 points clear of the relegation zone. It didn't sound like Everton boss David Moyes was too impressed by his team's approach.
Leeds, I thought, were first to more balls than we were, picked up first balls, second balls. I didn't think we competed well, and it's not like us. And just all round, we just lacked a little bit of something which would make a difference.
Paris Hilton has been famous for a long time for someone who is just about to turn 45. She's been a socialite, an it girl, a fashion model, a reality TV star, a singer and actress and more. But she's most passionate about her campaigning and advocacy work, which have seen her talk about the abuse she suffered as a teen at Utah's residential treatment centres, and she's raised millions for children's charities. Now she's back with a new documentary called Infinite Icon, and she's also speaking out on just how hard it was to be in the media spotlight 24 hours a day.
Especially during the early 2000s, the media was just extremely cruel to myself and to other young women. And, you know, I don't think I ever really gave myself credit for how much I survived back then, because it was a lot.
There's a new movie on the way that's an adaptation of a video game, but this one is a bit different. It's written by, directed by, and stars YouTuber Markiplier, also known as Mark Fishback. He's one of the planet's most successful YouTubers, and he's previously directed YouTube original series and was nominated for an Emmy. Now he's pulled out all the stops to make a proper feature film version of the science fiction horror game Iron Lung. It's due to hit cinemas this Friday.
I see that question in your eyes. For what purpose do we remain alone in the dark?
Beginning the descent. Cruising depth in roughly 2 minutes. Stand by.
I ask myself that very same question.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Youth mental health is a complex challenge that requires comprehensive solutions. We must strengthen after-school programs. We must make digital literacy tools available in our schools. We must work with mental health professionals to support children. And we must empower mentors, educators, and parents to keep kids happy. Learn more about our commitment to finding lasting solutions at empowerourfuturecoalition.com/solutions. Paid for by the Coalition to Empower Our Future.
In postseason football, you need to find that extra gear. On FanDuel, it's called Playoff Mode. Big boosts, more rewards, and a whole new way to live parlay with Drive SGP. Turn on Playoff Mode, only on FanDuel.
New customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. 21 plus and present in select states. First online real money wager only. $5 deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com.